Hey Tara, we need to talk. Where are you?
I'm here, Ariel. What's up? It's my break time.
So what? I don't care. I have something important to tell you right now. You think you're pretty clever, don't you? How you got to live in that big house all by yourself?
What are you talking about? Where did this come from all of a sudden? I don't understand.
I was talking to Peter, and he told me that you're living all alone in your parents' house.
Well, that is true. My parents decided to retire to the countryside. They wanted to get out of the city and take things easy. So, I'm living by myself in the house these days.
See? That's what I'm talking about. It's so wrong. You're still in your 20s. Why 20-year-old girl need to live in a big house like that and all alone? It's a little bit weird, honestly.
What do you mean by that?
Most people are living in little apartments at that age. Especially in the city, a home that size is actually reserved for someone older. A family with kids needs that kind of space, not a single person like you.
Well, if that's the case, why don't you buy a house, Ariel, or build your own? Isn't your daughter going to start the first grade, is she? Why don't you and my brother find a spot and build out the house? Well, it seems like a good idea.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much it costs to build a house? It would be pricey in the suburbs. But to build one in town would take at least $1 million. And in case you haven't heard, Peter is going to be working overseas for a while. He won't be back for a year, maybe 2. How am I supposed to build a house without him around? There's so much to do and it's really big decision. I couldn't possibly do it without him here.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be overseas for a while.
So I've been thinking my daughter and I ought to have the house. It just makes sense if we could move in this week. I know it'll be a little hard for you to find a new place. But if you could get out as soon as possible, that'd be great.
Do what now?
I know it's a house you grew up in. But it doesn't make sense for a single person to be living there alone. It's a bit of a luxury for you. It's a total waste. So, you need to hand over the keys and pack your bags. There aren't that many homes that size left in the city, and they ought to be reserved for families with children.
I don't understand how you can think that. I inherited the house from my parents. That makes no sense. It's my house. Do you even hear yourself? You're asking me to give up my home because I'm single? That doesn't make any sense.
It does, Tara. Besides, I've already decided. I'm your older brother's wife. That means you need to do what I tell you to.
Seriously? You've got to be kidding.
Besides, there's no reason to make a fuss about it. It's also Peter's house, you know. He grew up there too. So it's only natural that his wife and daughter can live there. We have just as much of a right to be there. I'm sure that your parents would be happy to have their son's wife and their granddaughter living there. They would want us to be taken care of, especially while Peter is gone.
Then what am I supposed to do if you kick me out?
Go get an apartment like every other single person in the city. Honestly, you've always lived in your parents' house. It'd be good for you to be out on your own for a bit. It'll give you some practice for real life. You need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet.
I absolutely am able to take care of myself even when my parents still lived here. I was helping out around the house. I cooked, I ran errands, I did plenty of the cleaning and the laundry too. I earned my own salary and take care of myself now. I don't need any practice. I already do everything you say.
I understand, but it just is different being on your own. Living at your parents' house is just easier. It's the little thing. And living on your own instead of with your mom and dad is totally different too. You don't know what it's like to live alone. I mean, not really. I think it's really important for a person to be on their own for a bit to really know who they are. If you never give it a try, how will you know?
Last time, I checked, you have never lived alone. I'm pretty sure you lived with your parents right up until you married my brother. And you guys got pregnant immediately after getting married. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you have never lived alone in your entire life.
This isn't about me. Anyways, it doesn't matter starting now. We're going to be living in that house. I need you to hurry up and get your things together and get out. We will be moving in shortly, and I want you gone. Hey Tara. I know you're working. I hate to bother you, but I know this isn't the best way to tell you, but we let ourselves in. We had an extra key to the house.
What? How can you do that?
Well, Peter still got the spare key. We've managed to bring all our things in. So it's official now. We're gonna be living in the house from now on. Thanks a lot.
Wait. Just a minute. Stop talking down to me like you've won something. You selfish little brat.
Hey, watch your mouth with me. I'm not selfish. Peter grew up here too. He and I agree that we should live here. And it's obvious that we deserve it.
What?
It doesn't matter if he agrees with you or not.
That's my house. I don't agree at all. That house is my house now. So you can stop being cute with me. Stop talking to me like you own the place.
You're one to talk. You only live here and you're gonna act like you own the place. How's that different than me living here? It's your parents' house, isn't it? It's only fair that your brother's family got to live in this house the exact same way you've been living in.
No. No way, the house is mine. I'm sorry, but I am asking you to take your things and go. I want you out of my house.
Hate to tell you, but we aren't the ones that are going to be leaving. That's going to be you. In fact, I already tossed all your things out. They're sitting on the curb as we speak. You're gonna want to come get them as soon as you can get away from work.
What? You tossed my things out. What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. I came in, I put all your things in boxes, and I threw them all outside. I mean, I still kept the furniture. I rather like most of them and we can use them. But your stuff is gone.
You're lying. It's pouring rain out right now. How could you throw my things out in the rain? Are you out of mind? Who in their right mind would do such a thing?
Well, that is too bad, isn't it? All your things are gonna get wet. You're gonna want to find a nice warm spot to dry off once you collect your things.
I can't believe this. Is this really what you're like? Are you really so selfish that you would throw everything I own from my own home and leave it out in the rain like garbage? I've never heard of anything like this. You've got to be the most selfish person I've ever met in my entire life.
Excuse me? I've been telling you to get out for weeks. I gave you plenty of time to pack up and get out. And in the end, you didn't do what I asked. This is all your own fault. We live here now. An apartment is just gonna suit you better? You're young and single, Tara. You'll find something more your style. Something cheap and little.
Okay, I'm leaving work now.
Good. Your things are all on the curb. It looks trashy to have all that stuff piled up in front of the house. And I don't think the garbage truck will be coming by today.
You don't have to try to rub it in. Actually, it doesn't really matter that you threw my things out. You kind of did me a favor. I am not going to be coming back by the house today.
Of course, you won't. It's not your place anymore. It's mine now. You am so pity for you now. You've lost your home and all your belongings.
Okay then. But you should know something. The water service is going to be shut off soon today. And also the electricity too.
What?
I've already spoken with the power company and they ought to be out to cut that off too. It may already be off, but I know it's slated to be cut this afternoon sometime. Since the water and power are both going to be out for a while, you'll probably need to go to a hotel to take a shower. Or you can find somewhere to take a bath. It's up to you.
What? There is no power or water in the whole house?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, the flooring in the kitchen is all pulled up, it's getting replaced. But the new flooring isn't down yet, so it's mostly just the raw boards in there. Be careful.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's a real mess in there right now. No floors, no power, no water. Good luck with making your meals. You might need to eat a lot of takeout. There are also a few other areas of the house that are under construction right now. If you're wondering what you can do, you probably will want to talk to the construction crew. The contractor can probably tell you the most.
What are you talking about?
Now that I've been kicked out, I really don't know.
Wait. I don't understand what is going on. The utilities are all turned off. The kitchen's completely taken apart. What is going on here? What is up with this house? What have you done?
You're the one who let yourself in, aren't you? You're there now. I think you can see for yourself with your own eyes. The house is being remodeled. Construction is going to start tomorrow. They scheduled to get started pretty early in the morning.
Are you for real? As soon as we got here, I'd started gathering up your things to take them out. I haven't even been in the kitchen, so I hadn't noticed anything at all.
You must have been really focused on tossing my stuff out.
But why is it being remodeled? I hadn't heard anything about that from Rob.
I can do what I like with my own house. I don't need to ask anyone permission or tell anyone what I'm doing. I have told that the house is mine. You can look at the deed and the titles. My name is on all of them.
What? I thought this house was your parents'. Don't they own it?
They did. But when they decided they wanted to move out of the city, they also wanted to sell the house. Because they also knew they wouldn't be coming back. As for me, I love that house so much. That place is my childhood. So, I made a decision to buy that house from my parents.
What? Really? Did you indeed buy that house?
So, I made a decision to buy that house from my parents. How can my parents afford to move to the countryside without selling their old house? And I don't want that place fallen to any else, so that's why I bought it. I've always loved the house. But some details of the house got old. I wanted to make a few changes, modern the place up a bit. I want to DIY some of the smaller projects. It sounded fun to me, and it's a pretty good way to save a little money too. But some of it is just way too hard for me to do by myself. Besides, I'd rather have a professional take care of the more complicated stuff. I want to make sure it gets done right. But I wasn't expecting to get kicked out of my own home in the middle of construction. It's a real mess at this point.
You said the construction was slated for tomorrow. So you mean the house is still unfinished? I haven't had a good chance to look around yet.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. You can look in the kitchen for yourself and try to turn on the water in the bathrooms. Until the remodel is finished, there won't be any power or water or gas. The kitchen floors are still pulled up too. I don't think any of the cabinets have doors on them either.
Can't believe that. You've ruined it. What a dump could live like that? It's uninhabitable.
Well, if you want a house with no power, no water, no gas, here it is. Go right ahead and see how you like it. You're welcome to stay in my house. I really didn't want you to live there, but I'm willing to let you stay rent-free. I guess I'm just feeling generous today.
It doesn't matter if there's no rent. It's impossible to live here. Why don't you go find your own perfect house? You go get one of those. If not, can you have them hurry up and finish it so we can move in properly?
I most certainly will not. I was happily remodeling it for myself. If you want construction to continue while you're there, you can do it yourselves. And of course you can pay for it yourselves too.
How dare you to speak to me in that way? I am your brother's wife.
I don't see you that way at all. In my opinion, you're just a money-grabbing stingy old woman. I've been working hard on DIY projects every day after work. I've been working hard to make my dream home. But all of that was robbed in the end. Do you think that I can let you do whatever you want? You are not deserved to live in that house.
But I really need a house to live. My family need it.
I don't care. But well, you can live there if you want.
Hold on. If the house is being remodeled, where you are living now, don't tell me that you can live in that condition?
No, Ariel. Of course, I don't sleep in the house. I've rented a room in a hotel near the house so that I can keep an eye on the construction.
You really can afford to live in the hotel for such a long time? You really surprised me.
Well, don't be so surprised. Now, I think I don't have anything to talk to you. We're done. You can live there. I don't have any problem of that.
Wait, Tara.
Bye. Right after that, Ariel moved away out of my house and returned to her old house on the outskirts. I must change to lock in the door just in case she'll want to move in after the construction is done. That's a big lesson for her. There is no way that I'm down for her unreasonable offer in the place. There is no way that I'm down for her
Hey, Mom. Where's everybody? I just got home from work, but no one is home.
Why did you leave so early today?
I feel very good today, so I get everything done quickly and on time.
Oh, I get it.
I will make dinner. Is there something you want me to do?
No, we won't have dinner at home.
Are you eating at a restaurant?
No, we are traveling to Europe.
What?
Your dad, your sister, and we're going to have a family trip, just the three of us.
A family trip without me?
Your dad suddenly gets 2 months of paid leave. We also made some extra money from our investments, so we decided to go to Europe together. We just got on the plane.
What about me?
Why do you think you can come with us?
Huh?
You get sick very often. You will ruin our trip if we take you with us.
But I want to go to Europe.
Don't be selfish. At least let us enjoy this trip without you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine as long as you get it. Keep us safe at home.
I will.
And never contact us until we return from this trip.
What? Why? What if it's an emergency? It is possible to contact you if it is an emergency, right?
Why are you in a situation where you have to contact us? Just don't get yourself in trouble. If something really happens to you, someone else will contact us instead of you. I just don't want you to spoil our trip by making us remember your miserable face. Therefore, you should not contact us at any time until we get back.
Okay.
We have to get on the plane now. See you in 2 months. Keep the house clean and safe. And don't spend your money on useless things.
I know.
Hi, Fiona. My parents said that they saw your parents and sister at the airport yesterday. Why don't you stay with them?
Oh, hello, Otis. They traveled to Europe without me. Looks like they'll be away for 2 months.
What the hell? Why did they go on such a long trip without you?
You know how often I get sick. They said I would ruin their trip if I went with them and got sick during the trip.
That's a bad statement.
It's good now. Anyway, I have a job. I can't take 2 months off work to go with them.
But I still worry that you have to be home alone. What if something happened to you? Who will be there to help?
You are so sweet to care about someone like me. What have I done to deserve you? Thank you for always being with me. I love you.
I told you to stop talking about yourself like that. It's normal to be nice to the person you love.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It has become a habit to think of myself that way. But I will try to change for you.
Well, I guess it's inevitable that you've been around such a toxic family for over 20 years. I can understand why it's hard for you to change right away. But make small changes so you stop treating yourself badly.
Thank. You are so attentive.
Oh, you should see a doctor.
What?
Isn't now a good time to do it while your family is away?
But my mother told me not to spend money on useless things.
Your health check is not in vain. I will find you a good doctor. This is what I want most for my future wife.
Your future wife?
I was going to propose to you directly. But I can't wait any longer to let you know that I want you to be with me for the rest of my life. And I want you to be healthy so we can be together as long as possible. Don't you want to marry me? Is it because of what I do for a living?
No. Not so. That's not what I mean. It's just that my mind goes blank for a moment. I want to get married with you.
I think you'll break up with me for a second there. I won't make you regret marrying me.
Hi, Fiona. You forgot to clean the house.
Yes, Mom? Oh, that's right. It's been 2 months.
Stop acting like a fool! I don't know where you are wandering now, but come back now and clean the house. I didn't think I would return from such a pleasant trip to a dirty house covered in dust.
Mom, I don't live there anymore. I have left.
What do you mean?
I'm not going back to that house again, so you'll have to clean it up yourself.
What do you mean you don't come back? Do you think you can continue to live alone because you get sick often?
Yes, about that. I went to the doctor and checked myself.
What? I told you not to spend money on such useless things. You should save money for something more important.
Please, listen to me. Apparently, the reason I get sick so often is my allergy to house dust.
Allergic to dust?
Now that I think about it, I don't feel bad staying in my room because I can keep it clean and tidy. But my symptoms got worse when I had to clean your room.
You mean because we live in filth, that's why you get sick? Be careful with your words when you talk to me.
But it is true. You keep your room covered with dust all the time until it's covered, and then you make me clean up for you. You could let me in the room more often to clean it up before the dust builds up, but for some reason you don't want me in the room too often. But this explains why I feel nauseous every time I walk into your room, but I'll be fine after a while.
Stop wasting my time. I don't care why you are so sensitive to dust. Wear a mask or whatever you have to do to prevent that and go back to the house to clean up.
I told you I'm not going home.
What?
My boyfriend proposed to me.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm about to get married.
Are you serious?
He always took good care of me and even took me to the doctor to find out why I was often sick. He is a wonderful person.
So you left to live with this guy? Why did you make such an important decision without asking us first?
Well, you told me not to contact you until you returned from the trip. That's why I'm telling you now.
Don't make excuses with me. We won't be able to let you get married before your sister. We will never forgive you if you get married before her.
Does she already have a fiancé?
We can't let any old man get close to her without scrutinizing her. She is our daughter. We have to be careful with who we let her be with. She can't marry someone who has no money and doesn't treat her well. We are still looking for a nice rich gentleman for her to marry.
Then when will I get married?
You don't have to get married. Either way, the man you're with probably isn't that great. After all, which man would choose to marry you?
Don't talk about him like that. He treated me so well, made me realize how badly you all treated me. You have no right to say anything like that about him.
Pay attention to your tone, Fiona.
I will get married regardless of what you say.
Fiona! Don't be so selfish. We won't let you get married. Hi, Fiona. I found out where you had your wedding.
Huh? What?
Right now I'm in the dressing room.
But I didn't invite you.
I joined using the invitation you sent your aunt.
An invitation from Aunt Kiera? What are you talking about?
You should have stayed home like a sick person. I won't let you go through this wedding, even if I have to destroy it with my own hands.
Mom, what are you going to do?
Now it's all over for you. You won't have a dress to wear. I cut it into pieces. Now you will have to cancel the entire wedding ceremony.
What? My wedding dress? But
There is no way you can get married now. You cannot have a wedding without a wedding dress.
I wore the dress.
What?
I mean, our wedding just ended. And I'm about to take the dress off.
What?
Where are you? Are you still in this wedding hall?
Yes, of course. I arrived at the wedding hall on Madison Street exactly as it was on the invitation.
But my wedding was in Greece.
Are you in Greece?
I just invited his family and friends. I did not invite any of my relatives.
So whose dress is this?
Could it be that you are at one of Aunt Kiera's friends' weddings?
What? Oh no.
Aunt Kiera told me that her friend's son is getting married.
I accepted this invitation from her.
Yes. Didn't you check the name on the invitation?
Oh no.
So that wedding dress was torn to pieces by you. I wonder how much it costs.
It's all your fault. Kiera's friends are making me pay not only for the wedding dress, but for the wedding itself. She canceled the wedding after learning what I did to her dress. Now she is making me pay for the wedding she canceled. How can I pay $40,000? It's your fault for having a wedding on the same day and confusing me with another wedding. And it's your fault for not listening to me about not getting married before your sister. It's all your fault. So you should pay this $40,000.
Stop talking to her like that.
What?
You are talking to my wife there. You can't treat her like that.
Who is this?
My name is Otis. Fiona and I just got married.
Is that Otis?
Oh, so you've heard of my name?
Why did the son of a gang boss marry my daughter?
We went to the same high school and I fell in love with her as soon as I saw her. Do not worry. I will not follow in my father's footsteps. I'm just an ordinary person working in a construction company.
But your dad is still.
Hey, let me talk a little bit.
I'm sorry.
If you wanted to talk about my father so much, would you like to meet him in person?
No. I don't want to.
I'm here to ask you a favor. Fiona doesn't want to see you again.
Okay. Do whatever you want.
Okay, good. I'm glad you understood so quickly. You are not as stupid as I thought. Never go near Fiona, hear me?
Yes, of course.
And another thing.
What is it?
About Fiona's sister, Hebe.
How about her?
We'll take her with us.
What?
She's already here with us.
Why is she there?
I want to be with Fiona. Our parents just treat us like dolls that they can do anything with. The only person who ever treated me like a real human being was Fiona. I don't want to go to Europe without her, but her parents keep refusing to take her with me. Please, let me stay with Fiona. That's what Hebe told us.
Did she say so?
It's disgusting that two people are trying to get her to marry a 40-year-old man just because he's rich. She's just 19 years old.
How did you find that out?
Oh, don't underestimate me. I may not be in my father's business, but I have my way to access any information I need. Hebe is beautiful and multi-talented. She's exactly the type of person the 40-year-old pig wants to marry. He wants your daughter so much that he will do anything.
Yes, he told us that too.
He even stalks her.
It's just because he loves Hebe too much.
But she was afraid of him and ran to us for help. We can't let her go back to you crazy people.
No. Wait. Please return Hebe to us. What would we do without her?
That pig will pay you if you convince Hebe to marry him, right? You just wanted to use her for money.
What?
So your plan is to get him to pay the $40,000 you owe for the wedding you destroyed. By making Hebe marry someone she doesn't want. You tell Fiona that your husband gets 2 months of paid leave. But the truth is that he quit because you thought that pig would give you enough money to live a lifetime. Bastards! You are worse than a pig lusting after your daughter.
No! We only...
Promise me you'll never go near Hebe either.
I will!
I'm glad this is going easy. I think it will be much harder to make you understand. I'm glad I don't have to convince you.
Yes, sir. Are we done talking?
Correct. I have nothing more to say to you. Don't worry about your daughter. I will take good care of them. Have fun figuring out how to pay for the wedding you ruined. My parents have stopped communicating with me and my sister. But I love my sister more than ever, and we're really close. My toxic parents lost 2 daughters at once, and the pig that wanted to have a sister was furious because they didn't keep their promise. He was so angry that he asked them to return the security deposit he had paid them when my parents agreed to force Hebe to marry him. That's the money they used for their trip to Europe, and they have nothing left to give back. So, they have to borrow money to pay him. They will now be in debt for years to come. They sold their house, but it was in such bad condition that it didn't sell for much. Now my sister and I can live freely without worrying about our toxic parents reappearing in our lives. I'm really grateful for what Otis has done for us. Hey Selena! Thanks for what you did for me. I really appreciate this. I'll probably ask you to do the same for me next year as well.
Edna, please stop. I never said it was okay, in the first place. It's also not fair to your child. I'm sure they don't want to spend their summer vacation at a relative's house. I'm sure they want to spend time with their parents, don't you think?
How do you know? Aren't you just guessing? You have never even raised a child before. How does someone like you know how they feel?
It's true that I never had children of my own, but both Boo and Joy seem to miss you. I tried to take them to as many places as possible so they could have a good summer. However, they look really uncomfortable in the second half of summer vacation.
They will be perfectly fine. We'll be spending the next 11 months living together, so I don't think they'll be upset for long. It's better for them to remember me anyway. That way, they will even obey me better. Anyway, I won't leave them with you for that long.
You abandoned them at my place for a whole month. I think it's a very long time, especially for children.
Abandoned? You make it sound much worse. My husband and I want to have some alone time to enjoy our summer vacation together. All I do is ask you to take care of them while we are away.
I may be your sister-in-law, but this just takes things too far. I'm not even saying we'll take care of them for you. You are forcing us.
Don't you like them? You think they are just a burden, right? I can't believe you think so badly of them. They will be very sad to hear this.
I never said anything like that. Stop twisting my words. I just want you to think of us before forcing them to stay with us. I and my husband can't plan ourselves because of what you do to us. Boo and Joy are also really annoying to have to stay with us every year.
I don't care if they are sad or not. I always explain to them why they stay with you. It's not like I'm abusing them or getting mad at them. Can you stop making it seem like I did something evil?
That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that we can't take care of them for a month out of every year. It's not fair to any of us.
Then why don't you tell the two of them directly when they come to stay with you next year? You can tell them to go and find another place to stay because you don't want them to come.
Why don't you understand what I'm saying? I did not mean that. Both are so sweet and I love them so much.
Don't try to make excuses. You're just trying to say they're a burden in a good way. I feel so sorry for both of you to have to spend a month living with a cruel woman like you.
That's enough. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I think you will at least thank me for taking care of them, but it seems you are not capable of doing that. It felt like I was talking to a wall. You don't understand anything I tell you.
You are the one who makes things difficult. I hope you try to fix your personality in the way you talk to people next year.
Hello, Selena. I am so sorry for all the trouble she has caused you over the years.
It's really fine. It's not something you should apologize for, anyway.
We think you take care of Boo and Joy every year because you want to. We are very sorry.
Never mind. There's no way for you to know. Edna lied to you and said I can't have children, right? It's easy to see why you would think I'd want to take care of them for a whole month.
I was really shocked when I realized it was all a lie. I couldn't believe what she did. We'll take care of them this summer anyway, so you should plan your summer. Haven't had a free summer in a long time, right? Now that you're divorced from Andrew, I guess you can spend the summer doing whatever you want.
I'm sorry for causing so much trouble for you and your family. You are always with me and are very good to me. Thanks so much for that.
No problem. You really did nothing wrong. Andrew and Edna are your troublemakers. We should be the ones apologizing to you. They try to force you to do all sorts of things just because you are a housewife.
I am truly grateful for what you have done for me. If you don't force them to sign the divorce papers, I don't think I can get rid of him.
Stop thanking me for what I did. That's the thing to do. You are the one who has been through all the pain and suffering. I hope that you can live freely and enjoy your life from now on.
I will try my best to live a happy life from now on. Even so, I really enjoy spending time with Boo and Joy. Both are very cute and funny. I'm sad to think that I won't be able to see them again.
If that's the case, then you should visit us in the summer. I'm sure they'd love to see you, and I'd love to see you too.
I think I would really like that. I wanted to visit you last summer, but I didn't have time.
It's okay, you don't have to worry about it. I know that you have been busy taking care of them.
I'm a little curious what Mike thinks about her making me babysit their kids over the summer. I think he is a very caring and good father.
Yeah, I'm also a little curious. Maybe he was just as fooled by Edna as I was. I will explain everything to him when I have a chance to talk to him. Either way, you don't need to worry about anything anymore. Leave everything to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Please let me know if you need my help. I will come see you in August.
Great. We will all look forward to seeing you.
Hey Selena. How are you? I need to ask you a favor. I want you to take care of my kids from today.
Wait, what? Are you serious? There's no way I can do it, it's too sudden.
It is an emergency. I left them both outside your apartment, can you let them in?
What did you just say? Are you crazy? How can you do that with your child? Where are you going so suddenly? Can't you take them with you?
No, unfortunately I can't bring them with me. I will go on a tour from today. We were going to go a little later, but today's flights are too cheap. And make sure you don't tell anyone about this, okay? Not even Mike.
Wait, what? Aren't you traveling with him?
That's right. It's just that he's been in a bad mood lately. I really don't want you to talk to him about this, okay? You better listen to what I say.
Find someone else to take care of them. I'm not at home right now and I won't be for a while. You should ask me first if you really need me to take care of them for you.
Why are you so difficult? I ask you because you have taken care of them many times before. I will ask you to do the same again in the summer. I need you to take care of them for a month as usual. You are a housewife and have no children. You must have plenty of free time. Also, you're my stepsister, so you'll be happy to help a family member.
Actually, I'm not your stepsister anymore because I'm divorced from your brother.
Wait, what? Are you guys divorced?
Well, the reason I'm not at home right now is because I've filed all of our divorce papers. The divorce is now official, so we are just strangers to each other. You can't ask me for help anymore. We are no longer family. Also, I really don't want to keep in touch with you anymore, so please don't text me as often.
Are you serious? Are you guys divorced? That was annoying.
Those things are not important right now. Do you realize what's going on? You need to pick up your kids before anything happens to them. It's dark outside and you just leave them there, right? They must be very scared.
I can't go get them anymore. Now it's too late to go back. I'm sorry, but could you go pick them up instead? I don't know who to ask.
I told you I have other things to do, so I won't be home for a while. I still have a few hours to go before I can go home. You're probably still nearby, so go back and seal them. They must be very scared and worried. You need to cancel your stay.
It is not possible. I will definitely travel on this vacation. I think they'll be fine anyway if they're left there for a few hours. You can leave them in the house when you return home.
Are you serious? I thought you were their mother. Just that. I've had enough. I'll contact Mike and tell him to pick them up.
What did you just say? You cannot do it. You won't dare.
Why are you suddenly panicking? I know that he really cares about them and will go pick them up right away. I am calling him now.
Stop! Don't call him. I'll go pick them up right away. I will do what you say, so please don't tell him anything about this.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I'm back and I'm going to pick them up.
Why are you acting so weird? Isn't he the one driving the car you're in at the moment? Does he know about what's going on?
Of course he knows, so don't worry. It's just that he resorted to violence when he was in a bad mood.
What? I don't think he's that kind of person.
I panicked because I was afraid he would hit me again. I'm sorry I panicked and said some weird things. I will go pick up my children as soon as possible.
I really don't know about that at all. I'm sorry you had to go through that kind of trauma.
It's okay because I'm used to it. To tell you the truth, I really wanted to take Boo and Joy with us on our summer vacation. The only reason I left them was because he wanted to travel without them.
I see, I didn't know about that. I'll let you pick up Boo and Joy, okay? Go and pick them up as soon as you can.
I'm on my way. Hey, it's an emergency. I cannot find them anywhere. They have disappeared from where I left them. What do you think I should do? Do I need to notify the police that they are missing?
It's okay, you don't need to worry about them. They're with Mike right now. He came to pick them up.
What did you just say?
I called him just in case, and to my surprise he picked up the phone right away. I thought he wouldn't answer because he was driving. I told him about the whole situation and he was really shocked about it all. He told me that he would immediately go to pick them up. I was so confused because I thought he was with you.
Did you tell me you know what happened?
No, I really don't know. I called Mike as soon as you told me you left them outside my apartment. He was about to get on a train to another city for work. I got in touch with him right before it was too late. He immediately canceled the schedule and went to pick them up.
So you're telling me you know he went to pick up the kids already? Why are you still making me come back if they weren't there when I got there? You have wasted a lot of my precious time.
I just did it so he could check who you're traveling with. I'm sure it's another man, right?
Wait, what? Are you serious? Is he waiting for me around here?
He told me he was going to take some pictures as proof. He said he wanted to hit you in the face, but that would put him at a disadvantage in a lawsuit.
Where is he? Are you sure he's here?
It's too late for you. He told me he had taken the pictures. The text messages you sent me are also very good proof.
Did you trap me? I cannot believe it. How long did it take you to plan all of this?
We are not planning anything. How do we know you're going to drop the kids in front of my apartment? All of this happened because of what you did. You should be angry with yourself.
I will not forgive you for this. You better prepare for my revenge.
I didn't do anything wrong, so I won't care about you. Either way, I'm glad we got some solid evidence of you cheating and mistreating your child. You should also stop lying about everything.
I did nothing wrong, nor did I lie. What are you talking about?
I know that you told your mother I couldn't have children even though I loved them. You lied to Mike too, didn't you?
How do you know that?
Yes, I know. I really enjoyed taking care of Boo and Joy because they are both so sweet. What I don't like is the story you make up about me. You act like I'm begging you to let them come to my place for the summer. Mike told me he was going to complain to me about it this summer. He was about to tell me that he wanted to spend the summer with his kids and he wanted me to stop demanding to bring them over.
Okay, I'm sorry I lied to them about that. I'm tired of taking care of the kids all the time, so I want to have some time to myself during the summer vacation. That's the only reason I have to lie.
Sorry, I at this point won't change anything. Maybe you should apologize to your husband before apologizing to me. You cheated on him.
I didn't lie to him. I ran into an old friend by chance.
Stop those lies. You were planning to spend the night with a man as soon as you found out your husband was going on a business trip. The only thing stopping you are the kids, so that's why you abandoned them. You are really a bad person. I feel sorry for the rest of your family.
Shut up. Did you just call me a bad person? You better be careful with your mouth. I feel stressed at home and need some time to relax.
I'm not saying you shouldn't rest and relax. I am telling you that it is not okay to abandon your children and cheat on your husband.
I think you're right about that. I admit that maybe what I did today was a bit wrong. People make mistakes all the time, so I think I deserve to be forgiven.
You are acting as if you are the victim.
I'm sorry for what I did to you, and I guarantee it will never happen again. Can you please forgive me?
I won't do that. I know you want me to talk to Mike so he can forgive you. I'm no longer part of your family, so I won't meddle in private matters. You need to talk to him directly and work this out together.
I beg you to talk to him. I know that he will not forgive me if I ask him to forgive me. I know I messed up. Please help me.
I'm sorry, but I can't believe any of the words you say. If you really feel remorse for what you've done, then I suggest you start by trying to improve your trashy personality. After everything happened, Mike asked for a divorce from Edna the next day. She also lost custody of Boo and Joy. He asked her to pay child support and tuition for both children. She has no savings and has to borrow money to pay Mike what she owes him. She tried to get help from the guy she had an affair with, but he ran away as soon as she got divorced. She has no place to live and her whole family cuts ties with her. Soon after that I moved out of the city and I don't know where she is now. Boo and Joy were adopted by Edna's mother. After a while, Mike moved in with them and they currently live together. I visit their house from time to time and they are all living a happy life together. The two children have grown so much every time I visit them. It's nice to see them actually smiling from the bottom of their hearts.
Hey Mary. It's been a while, right? Are you there? Hope you still alive, haha. I know you didn't change phones or anything. Come on, just respond already. It's not like I'm contacting you at midnight or something.
Hi, Judy.
Oh, there you are. What took you so long to reply my texts?
I only just finished up with work for the day. So I couldn't look at my phone until now. Yeah, it really has been a long time. We haven't seen each other since we graduated high school.
Yeah, I know. It's been way too long. So you're telling me you're still hard at work? I'm surprised.
I mean, yeah, of course. What's so surprising about that? I've worked really hard to land this job. It's the one I've been aiming for a long time.
I thought you would be the type who would want to end up being a stay-at-home mom or something.
What made you think that?
Well, you got married to the son of CEO, right?
Yeah, his father is the CEO of one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the industry. But it's not like I only married him for his money or something. I'd never do something like that. Wait a minute. Why do you know that? How do you know a lot about my private life?
Oh, you don't know that. With the intelligence network I have at my disposal, it's actually quite simple. To be honest, I was so surprised when hearing that news. For someone like you whose only quality was her book smarts, I couldn't believe you managed to marry into so much money.
Judy, you make it sound like I only married him for his money. Like I said, it's not the truth.
Is that a hint of arrogance I sense? Are you trying to say that you're doing better than I am?
What? Where did you get that idea? I had no intention of doing anything like that.
Yeah, you'd be trying to pull off any kind of bragging. You made me get worried about how I'd respond.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to explain more.
Anyways, I wanted to ask you about one thing. I hope you could do it for me.
Well, it depends on how is that request.
I wanted to ask you about could you give me that rich husband?
I'm sorry? Are you seriously asking that?
Yes, I think so. I pretty clearly stated it. I want you to give me your rich husband.
You made me speechless. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Why are you acting so weird about? I mean, the son of the president of a company is practically a celebrity. I just feel like his potential is just completely wasted on a plain boring woman like you. That's all. I feel like he'd be better suited to someone whose heart and looks are pretty and glittery. Someone like me totally suits him a lot better than you do.
Sorry, I didn't respond for a second. I needed to restart my brain after seeing the absurdity of what you wrote. Before I can even try to delve into your nonsense, I've got to ask, have you actually met my husband?
Nope.
So you're just asking me to hand him over to you without ever having seen him? Are you crazy?
What's wrong with that? It's fine, isn't it? He's got such a prestigious position that there's enough value in getting him as a husband.
Your thinking is just wrong. What is wrong with you? What do you mean there's enough value? Do you really take marrying someone that lightly? And that's not even going into how wrong it is for you to just openly ask to take someone's husband from them without even having seen them.
What are you going on about? Stop acting like I'm trying to do something unspeakable. All I'm doing is giving you advice. Ask someone who is much prettier than you, you should take my advice. I'm telling you, someone like him is much more well suited to be with someone who matches his level.
What? I don't need your advice. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, I'm just telling you what should be common knowledge. Don't you know anything about what society is really like? I mean, isn't it obvious that a man used to a luxury life would want a wife that matches that luxury style? You can't tell me. You don't understand it. I bet he just got some circumstances surrounding him where he just felt like he needed to settle for marrying someone like you. I know that if I were to appear in front of him, he would fall in love with me in an instant. If you just stay quiet and out of the way, you don't even have to do much to give him up. Just let me do my work and he'll come to me on his own. Then I'll be right by his side as we start to live such a gorgeous life together.
I don't know what to say now. You must be out of your mind. No matter what you say, I am not divorcing my husband. And it's not just because we love each other. Not only are we husband and wife, but we're also business partners. If I were to use your wording, I would say that I am the only one who deserves to be by his side.
Excuse me.
I will not just let you walk all over me with your selfish. You're an adult now. I highly suggest you start acting like it. Don't you start naively talking like you know how the world works.
I don't care if you think I'm naive.
I think you just need to accept that the world doesn't revolve around you.
What's wrong with you? Some plain woman like you acting like she can appreciate the kind of life she has. I hope you know that you're not going to beat me on this. I am going to take your husband from you. I deserve what's the best for me. I will make you pay dearly for denying me. Hey Mary.
Oh, you again?
You're on your honeymoon, right?
I don't see how that's irrelevant. What do you want?
Well, after looking into lots of popular honeymoon spots, I finally caught up to you. I've tracked you down.
Excuse me? You did what?
Aren't you still a little nervous? I know you haven't seen your husband since yesterday.
Why do you ask?
Well, I thought you might be able to guess. He's with me right now. Surprise?
What?
I mean, honestly, your husband was just too easy. I just made a cute little face, and from then on he couldn't keep his eyes off me. And he just came home with me.
I'm sorry?
Well, we've been having quite a bit of fun together. I guess that's just a way of saying I stole your honeymoon from you.
So what are you talking about? Anyway, if you think you're talking about my husband, well, sorry to disappoint you, but he's right here next to me.
Of course you'd say something like that trying to hide how much pain you're feeling. I'm struggling not to laugh at how sad that is going on. Enjoy your little Hawaii trip alone now.
I see you're wrong in more ways than one. We are nowhere near Hawaii.
Sure. Just keep going on with the little steps to try to hide your broken heart. It's not good to bottle up your negative emotions for so long, so you should cut it out soon. It's gonna hurt more later.
I think it'll hurt for you more if you don't start accepting that you really screwed up. Not that I really expect you'll ever believe me.
Excuse me?
Like I already told. There's no way I'd ever divorce my husband and give him to you. And he is saying that he's never once thought about leaving me either.
Oh, really now?
Well, I don't really understand what sort of enjoyment you're getting out of trying to rile me up. But my husband's telling me that he has a visceral hatred for women like you. And there's no way he would even look at you, let alone fall for you.
That's totally hilarious. You really come up with lots of crazy things to say. The man who's been with me the best parts of me would never say something like that about me. Especially not after I just had such a hot night together. And of course he's right next to me right now. So I know you're lying.
Either your information network is way off the mark or you need to get your eyes checked. Are you sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Well, anyway, my husband and I have things to do together, so.
Yeah, run along now and cry it out already. Go on and enjoy your heartbreaking single trip. Hi there. Mary? How is this going? I've heard some really good news that I just had to ask you about. I heard your husband divorced you.
You seriously haven't given up on this yet? I'd really like to just ignore you and let you live your life in your own little mistaken world. But seriously, what are you trying to do by trying to get me angry so much? What's your goal here?
What? I'm not doing something like that. Don't make it sound like I'm doing something mean. I'm with my fated partner, who's supposed to become my husband. He only married to you by accident. All I did was get him back from you to fix the mistake. And now things can go as they were supposed to from the start.
Every time you text me, I'm astonished at how utterly clueless you are. What are you even talking about? How can someone you've literally never met be your fated partner? There's no reason to believe that could ever happen.
I'm starting to think you're the completely clueless one here. I'm telling you, your ex-husband is here, with me right now. We just filed our marriage registration. How can you continue to be stuck in denial?
I don't know if you can call it denial. I can't tell how imaginary you are. Really, we haven't even gotten divorced.
Well, you are so stupid, Mary. You should change your surname in stupid now. Mary Stupid. That means he divorced you without you knowing.
What? You don't make no sense at all. Anyway, I don't want to lengthen your stupid story. You must be next to someone now, right?
I've told you a bunch of times already. I'm with your ex-husband. This is the first time I've been with someone I just have such good chemistry with. Tom is so great, man. I'm so in love with him. Getting married to him is the best choice in my life.
Oh, his name is Tom, right?
Yeah, don't tell me that you forget your husband's name. Such a useless wife ever.
Well, I have to tell you something. Sorry to disappoint you, but my husband's name is not Tom.
What? Are you kidding me? You got the same surname as him. Tom Cruise. And you are Mary Cruise. Tell me, how am I wrong for that? Oh, I know you are just making things up. Stop it, Mary. It doesn't work for me.
Okay, I will tell you more clearly. My husband's name is Peter. Peter Cruz. And by the way, we're in Canada right now. Our company is going to open a branch in Ottawa, and so we have moved to Canada for the past 2 years. In fact, we did throw a honeymoon in Hawaii. But due to some businesses, we had to flight back to Canada not long after that. But that trip was 2 months ago. Maybe due to that fact that I have just posted these images on social media recently. You are literally the stupid one.
Really? You must be lying to me?
No, Judy. I'm dead serious right now. There is no point for me in lying.
But who the heck is the guy I got married to?
Well, I can't say. I have never heard the name you mentioned. So why were you so utterly convinced that guy was my husband anyway?
I talked to him in front of that hotel in Hawaii. After he talked to you for a while, it seemed like he was storming off somewhere to do something on his own. So I thought that was my chance to nab him. That's when I seduced him and invited him to my room.
Wait a minute. Could you be talking about that one lanky guy with bleached blonde hair who was wearing some jacket with a super gaudy design?
Yes, that's him. I remember that jacket. I remember thinking you couldn't possibly appreciate something that flashy. So you did know who I was talking about?
I mean, I saw the guy. But I have no idea who is that guy.
What? How could you not know him? How? I don't understand.
Well, I can only guess a little bit.
Just tell me. Who is this?
Maybe he is the guy who flirted me when I was in that hotel. We just had a chat for a short time. Oh, I remembered that we got the surname. What a coincidence!
I still don't understand.
Well, my husband and I were on our way to the airport. So it was when we were checking out of our hotel. The thing is, Peter, my husband, forgot something back in our room, so I waited in the hotel lobby while he went to get it. That's when that guy approached me and started trying to hit me up. But once I told him that I was a married woman on my honeymoon, he started looking annoyed. And when I told him that my husband would be back shortly, he stormed off in a huff, grumbling under his breath. That's all the extent of my knowledge of this guy.
Can't believe it. I got married into a random man.
Well, that certainly sounds like that to me.
What I really did.
But is that really a problem if you adore him as much as you make it sound? Isn't that fine anyway?
No. It's all wrong. I thought I could steal your gold mine from you. I was going to secure myself a life of luxury by taking him for myself. I did everything I could for the past 3 months to get him to love me. And now you're telling me it was just for some worthless guy. How could this happen to me? I don't deserve this. Please, Mary. Can you help me? I don't want to bury me life with this man. I did a very big mistake.
But how? How can I get you out of your problem? You should do it by your own.
Please, Mary. You doing business, so you must know a lot good lawyers. Can you let them get out of this stupid marriage?
Are you for real? You got what you deserved, Judy. No one can help you.
May. Of all the places in the world, I can't believe we met by chance in such a place.
I know exactly what you mean. I was also very surprised.
I heard we're having a new one, but I can't believe it's you. Things will be a lot more fun now.
What do you mean?
I'll take care of you, just like I did when we were in middle school. I cannot wait. I hope you look forward to it too.
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand what you're trying to say.
Middle school is fun. Do not you remember? Oh, May, you didn't stop learning. You always pay attention to your books. You are such a small bookworm. You are the perfect person for me to tease.
Honestly, I hated high school. Those were some of the worst years of my life. I don't know, maybe you remember things a little differently than I do. But I always wish I could forget you. No matter how hard you try, you can't.
Oh, you haven't changed at all, have you? Are you still so serious and boring? Let me guess. That's why you haven't found yourself a husband yet. That is really sad. You are so pitiful. I feel sorry for you. Looks like you're still a nerd.
Look, work is work. Let's leave the past in the past and move on, okay? Do your best to be civilized. I think that's the best thing.
Civilized? Oh my god, how are you so bored? I look forward to having a little fun with you. Just like the past, right?
Like the past? But I don't want to suffer like that at your hands again. You torment me. We will work together, and we are no longer children. Let's act like it, okay?
Yes, whatever you say. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a kid, so just let it go. Besides, I was at that supermarket a long time ago. So don't think you can talk to me like you're everything. You've always thought you were very smart. You were full of confidence when we were kids. That's what I never liked about you.
You can say what you want, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm myself.
Oh. I've got big plans for you. I will teach you a lot of lessons, just wait and see. And don't worry about a thing. The store manager also did everything I said. He was always attached to me. He's like a puppy I trained.
Really? Manager?
Oh, yes. That guy loves me. He cannot help himself. I mean, I know I'm in my late 20s now, but I still get it. Do you understand what I mean? People always seem to love me.
So your manager has a crush on you, is that what you mean? Or are you dating?
You can say we are a couple. Everyone knows all about it. That's why people do what I say. They also know what's good for them. Everyone who was mean to me was fired, whoever they were. It doesn't matter if they are regular employees or part-time college students. If I don't like someone, I'll fire that person.
And you're the one making sure they get fired? Is that what you are telling me?
Yup, that's how it goes. Sometimes, even when I want someone to quit, they don't dare disobey me, so it's easier to use a store manager for my needs.
Let me see if I understand this. If you decide you don't like a new employee, you'll try to convince them to quit. You make their lives miserable, slander them, turn others against them, that sort of thing? And if they still won't quit, will you use your relationship with the manager and convince him to fire them for you?
You make it sound like such a bad thing. I don't like the way you do it. But, I guess that's about the gist of it.
Really now?
You won't have anything to worry about. Just do as I do and take my side. If you follow my example, you can have the life of your dreams. Everything will be neatly in place. I have found myself a great man to marry. He takes care of everything. I don't even have to work. I only had time to do this at the supermarket. And when I'm bored with the other guys I'm seeing, I can always joke around with the store manager here, and it's the perfect stress reliever. You know, not everyone can live this life well. If you want something like it, do what I say. Got it, baby?
Wow, you're really disgusting, you know that? You don't even know me anymore, and you'll start bragging to me about cheating on your husband. After all, what kind of person are you?
Huh? How dare you? Someone like you doesn't deserve to talk to someone like me like that. Don't be so arrogant. You'll talk to me about who I am, but what the hell are you?
Who, me?
You are a true bookworm. Study, 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 that's all you did. But look at you now.
What does it mean?
What did you get for all that research? Nothing. You may have attended a prestigious university and have your degree, but you will be working at the same counter as me, doing the same part-time job as me. It would be funny if it weren't so sad. So be prepared. I will take care of you just like I did before. You will know my hand.
Oh, I guess I forgot to tell you. I won't be there part-time.
What? What are you trying to do? Everyone who works at the supermarket is a part-time employee. Everyone is the same, we all do the same job and have the same number of hours.
Yes, that's true. But I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a part-time employee.
So who are you?
I am in charge of human resources at the head office. I am working for my company. This particular store has a huge problem with employee retention. Turnover is fast and no one seems to last long. So I decided to go investigate.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You really do not start at the market? I thought you would be doing the registration with me.
No, absolutely not. I told you, that's not what I do. I worked very hard to get into a good school, and I studied continuously. I worked my best. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a part-time job. We need someone at the register. But I'd be disappointed if that's what I'm doing after all that hard work. Thankfully, I got a job with the Human Resources Department at the corporate office. I check the sales of all the branches, I train new employees, that sort of thing.
Are you from the main office? No kidding. Are you from the company?
We were wondering why this store has such a high turnover. As soon as someone starts, they quit or get fired. It has been really confusing for a while now. But today, the big mystery is solved, right? Thanks for this enlightening conversation. Looks like you're the real problem, don't you, know me?
What are you saying? You're wrong, it's not like that. I did not do anything.
Well, that's funny. Didn't you just tell me all about it? Could have sworn you were just bragging to me. And your story definitely has to be checked. I interviewed several other employees, and their version of the story perfectly matches yours. Looks like everything will be fine.
What do you mean, everything will be fine?
Nomi, you haven't changed a bit since we were little.
Oh so? Do you have something to say to me?
You look down on anyone who doesn't match your mood. You attack anyone you think is weaker than you. You are a mean girl. Without a doubt, you are the worst kind of person. But it's time for you to get the reward you deserve for your actions.
Reward? What does that mean? I don't see what you are getting. Talk like a real person, not a bookworm.
Obviously, I will report to you in the marketing department for the company. I can't say for sure what will happen next, but I think we both know the most likely outcome. You will almost certainly be fired.
What? Why do you do that?
Do I really need to explain it to you? Surely you can figure it out when you think about what you did. And you know what else? The main office pays for all the advertising when we need to hire new people. And that's been a big expense lately.
I don't know anything about that. That has nothing to do with me. Let me out of there. It sounds like you don't know anything about it, so let me explain it to you.
I don't know what kind of person the manager is. I don't know much about him. But he was hired to manage the store, not to be sneaky with his employees. So I don't understand how we can keep him working after all this. For one, it doesn't look very good and is a complete waste of wages. He's been with the company for a while, so I can't say if he'll be fired yet, but he certainly won't be running the market anymore.
Oh no. Will he no longer be the manager?
Of course he won't. And what more, we don't want any plane to hit the company plus. It can be said that it is a personal animosity, but I will inform your husband and the manager's wife of what you two have done.
What? Wait a minute, now. Why would you do that? That's a bad thing. It's downright meaningless.
I hate to tell you, but you brought this on yourself. What do you expect?
Calm down, May. Why do you say it's such a terrible thing? I thought we were friends. We've been friends since high school. We met again. How can you do that to me?
Friend? Are you joking? You can't do anything but look down on me and mock me. And now suddenly say we're friends? Ha ha. That's a bit of a convenience, don't you think?
But it's all in the fun, you know. I was just joking with you, you know. You also had a lot of fun, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure there's no one on earth who likes to be teased all the time. I am a human being, not a toy, you know. I'm not here to make your toys. You think you can do whatever you like, but isn't it time to give it a break? Your life is about to be turned upside down and turned into a hell on earth. You should be better prepared for what's to come.
Hell. Don't you think you're exaggerating a bit? All you have to do is change your mind. Nothing has to happen. You don't have to say anything to my family. You don't have to tell the main office anything. That's the easiest solution for everyone, right? Just keep quiet and all this will go away.
The easiest solution for everyone? I don't understand how that would do me any good, haha. Why should I be silent? Give me a good reason.
Please. What do you want from me? Money? I don't have much, but I can pay you something. I don't want to lose what I have. I am really sorry. Please help me.
There is no chance for you. No, even if you pay me. Also, I make more money than you. You can't afford to pay me. Besides, this isn't just a job for me, this is my career we're talking about here. I wouldn't do anything to put that in jeopardy. I'm married. I have children. You may have always looked down on me, but I'm living the life I've always wanted.
Is that correct? I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I made a big mistake. You'll never hear another bad thing about you getting out of me again. I will not speak ill of anyone. You will see. Just give me a chance.
I really don't care about that anymore. And you can rest assured that you will definitely get fired. Consider it a payoff. Perhaps you can feel a little bit of what all the people you fired have felt.
I get it, okay? I will quit my job. I will take responsibility for everything and quit. Just please don't tell my family anything about this. It would be terrible if my husband found out about the affair.
It would be terrible, wouldn't it? He will definitely kick you out of the house, right? You might even owe him some money for all the damage you've done. You won't be able to maintain the fun lifestyle and mini games you've created for yourself.
Why would you do this to me? I don't even remember much about high school. How are you still vindictive of that?
I'm not. That was the old days, now it's water flowing over the bridge. When it comes to reporting to the company, I'm just doing my job. I have to report what I know. But I have to admit that I would be happy to tell your husband and the manager's wife, because I have a bit of a grudge to get rid of.
So there is absolutely nothing I can do?
Not that I can think of. We will owe your husband a settlement. Perhaps you want to be prepared for that?
I'm sorry. You have to do something. Please. I regret everything I've done. I won't hurt anyone again.
Well, you shouldn't. I hope you learned something from this. I have set my report to company. It's over.
Tell me you're lying. What will I do?
Why do you ask me? We're not friends, go ask someone interested. And besides, even if I don't report you, it's pretty certain that one of the other employees will. Looks like some complaints have been filed, I can guess what they're about.
Really?
You went around with that smug look on your face, bragging to everyone about your relationship, right? What you expected. From what I understand, his wife already knows everything. This is not good for you.
I can't believe this is happening to me. You have to do something. Help me. You work in the main office, right? You can take care of this for me. You can make all this go away.
Please stop immediately. You only worry about your own face, you selfish bastard. I am doing my job. Not a servant to let you dictate. Goodbye.
The cheating manager's wife called Nomi out immediately. She takes Nomi to court in a small case, and Nomi loses. She had to pay a rather large amount of money. Of course, her husband got a phone call next. The manager's wife told him everything. May did everything correctly when she filed her report with the corporate office. Naturally, the two cheaters have been fired. Nomi's life is turned upside down, just as May predicted. She lost her job, her husband left her, and with the fraudulent record, she was the one paying alimony. She has managed to alienate everyone around her, and no one is left to help her. Now she is left alone and completely unsure of what to do next.
Gray, is it true that you're going to inherit your family's business?
I am. Is that a problem?
Is it that rundown diner that you're inheriting, right? Frankly speaking, I believe you should focus on pursuing a regular job instead.
There is no future prospect for that place.
Ruby, that's not true. I think you're confused. I am determined to sustain the continuity of the business. It has been in existence since my grandfather's era.
Considering your graduation from the economics department, however, don't you believe it would be wise for you to seek employment in a traditional profession? You might even have the opportunity to secure a position at a reputable company.
The sole reason I opted for economics was to acquire knowledge on managing the shop. I don't know if it was even that helpful.
Then how much do you expect to make? It probably won't meet your expectations.
Even if that's the case, I should make at least $7,500.
$7,500? For real?
That's a low estimate. I should make at least that much. I can easily live off of that.
Oh, so that's how things are. I see you and I are quite different.
What's different about us? Ruby? Ruby, where'd you go? We're going to the after party together, right?
I'm going with someone else.
Huh? Who's this other person?
I've been with you up until now because you're attractive. And also because you're pretty popular among our circle. But I can date someone with no future. After graduating, we're done. I'll be graduating from our relationship too.
Seriously? This is so out of the blue. I haven't heard you mention anything about this before. If that's really how you feel, you should have told me sooner.
I held out being with you until we graduated, so you should be grateful. The fact that you're taking over the poor family diner after graduating shows how you don't care about me at all. It's so embarrassing. You're not thinking realistically whatsoever.
Me not being realistic? I was just trying to take on inheriting my family's business, which I explained to you.
Yeah, but you have no common sense. You're graduating from a good university. And you have me as your girlfriend, yet you're not even looking for a proper job. How do you expect to support me with an annual salary of $7,500?
Huh? Annual salary?
You sound like an idiot asking me to live with you on $7,500. There's no way I can be with a guy like that. Anyways, I'm already dating someone with a stable income.
What do you mean you're seeing someone? Is that the reason why we haven't been able to see each other much recently? You've been two-timing me?
What? It's not a big deal. You know this is all your fault, right? You're the one saying that you're going to inherit some shabby diner. I wasted 3 years of my life in college with you. I really thought there was hope for your future. I had no idea you would betray me like this.
I'm not the one betraying you. You're the one betraying me. What are you claiming that I did?
At this rate, I would like to get married soon, and I don't want to work. I did kind of try looking for a job, but my dream is to be a rich housewife. If I married a guy who makes an annual salary of $7,500, then my dream of becoming a housewife would never come true. That's why I've given up on you. This is how it is, so you should give up on me too. We'll find people who suit us better. You'll find someone who can love you in your poor lifestyle.
Why do you have to say it like that? I actually thought about our future a lot. I thought about telling you today after the party, but I had no idea this would happen. I can't believe we date for 3 years, all for it to end because of you cheating. That's so sad.
It's not cheating, it's called having an insurance plan. I just had a plan B to ensure my future. My future happiness is the most important.
Whatever, nothing that I can say will change the situation. Have a happy life.
Good luck with that rundown business. Your low-level life is waiting for you.
Okay, bye.
Oh my god, I can't believe a low life like you is going to the college reunion.
Long time no see. I would never expect meeting the ex-girlfriend that dumped me right out of college at our reunion.
Well, you're making $7,500 at a crappy diner. What else was I supposed to do?
Oh yeah, you made fun of me for that. I'm sorry about the crappy diner. If you're happy now, then I guess it was for the best.
Yeah, everything's going well. At the very least, I'm glad I'm not a knife like you. I'm not married yet, but I will be soon.
I'm glad to hear that. You said that your dream was to get married and become a rich housewife, right? Well, I wish you luck.
I can't believe you confidently show your face at the reunion. If it were me, I could never do that.
Can you quit calling me a lowlife? If it's about me, I don't care, but I don't want my business to be made fun of. And no matter how you look at things, my place is not low level.
It's absolutely low level since you're making $7,500 per year. Are you still running that place? You're really working hard even though you should have quit by now. How about I marry you if you get a normal job? I bet you want to rekindle our old spark, right?
Oh, I'll pass. I'd never be able to love someone who cheats on and throws away their partner.
Your life has been ruined ever since I left you and you became poor.
Well, actually, I make $7,500 per month.
You're lying, you low-life prick.
You're trying to one-up me based on a misunderstanding, so I thought I'd correct you. Since my family's diner is old, you just rudely assumed that it was run down. And you treated me like I was a low-life poor person. But my family's diner is a long-established popular restaurant that is very profitable.
Huh? A long-established restaurant?
I'm not making $7,500 in a year. I'm making that in a month ever since graduating college.
You're kidding, right? $7,500 per month? Huh.
Well, at first I couldn't use all the profits. Because I invested into capital, renovations, improvements, and even expanding the building, all to widen the scope of the business. I even opened a new diner at the beginning of this year. Now, I'm making double what I used to make, and because of that I'm living a far different lifestyle than a low life.
Huh. This isn't some big joke.
This isn't a joke! There's no point in joking. I'm proud of my work. I would never lie about my work. I loved my family shop 5 years ago. No, I've loved it since day one. I'm so happy that I was able to contribute to the business.
I seriously thought that you were just making food to add some trappy diner.
What are you saying? I'm not even a good cook. Come on, Ruby. You should know this.
I know, but don't you have to train for the job?
If I did, that would waste too much of my time. Of course, I'm entrusting the skilled chefs that have been working with us for some time now. It's a pretty big restaurant, so it's not like one person can handle everything anyways. I'm in charge of managing everything.
So you're not running a small poor diner in the countryside?
I never said that I was. Maybe things were like that when my grandpa first started. But it's a well-established restaurant that's been around for more than 60 years. My dad is still the head manager, so I'll be taking on his role.
Huh? This is nothing like what you previously told me. I don't know what's going on. You're telling me that the reason why you didn't look for a job is because you knew that you could make more money than a typical company employee?
That's not why. Why can't you understand? I never even thought about becoming a typical company employee in the first place. No matter how much money I can make, I always had planned to take over the family business. Now, I'm super busy as the manager expanding the business.
I see. I guess I misunderstood. I'm sorry, Gray.
Even if you apologize now, it's not like I'm mad, so it's fine.
Really? So you forgive me?
I don't know about forgiving, but I'm not really mad about anything. I'm not interested, so it doesn't matter.
You're lying about not being interested in me, right? You still like me, right? Since we dated for 3 whole years. Of course, you still like me.
I don't know how you can view things in such a positive way. How could I possibly like you?
What are you saying? Be honest about your feelings. Do you want to get back together with me? It was my fault, and it's not like you're mad anymore anyways.
Even if you were to totally turn things around, I never want to go back to how things were, so there's no point in trying. I'm already engaged.
What? You're engaged?
I'm getting married January of next year. I have a fiancé, so I don't care about you anymore, Ruby. You're just a girl I dated in college and nothing more.
No way! That girl must be a gold digger.
Huh?
She must be. Since you're rich now. If you're rich, then she's definitely just in it for the money. You should choose me instead. I've known you before you became rich, and I love you more than anyone.
You say that so boldly. Yet, you're the one who decided to move on to another guy and throw me away when you decided I had no money. Even if you say all this now, it doesn't mean that I will ever plan on taking you back.
Don't talk like that. We were in love, remember?
I haven't forgotten about what happened forever ago, and we had a terrible breakup. And now you're unemployed, right?
Who, me? What are you saying? No! I'm not.
Some of our fellow classmates were saying that. Even though you complained relentlessly about someone else's job prospects, you yourself are now unemployed. You quit your job, right?
That's not true. I'm just preparing to be a bride now. Since my dream is to get married and be a housewife. I quit my job thinking that I would marry my ex-boyfriend, but when I did that, he laughed at me for wanting to be a housewife in this day and age. So yeah, I got dumped. He's awful, right? He really hurt me. So you can make me feel better, right, Gray? I think it's fate to be together.
Don't make me laugh.
Huh?
This is the karma that you deserve. This is the life you've chosen for yourself. I'm happy with the life I've chosen, so I don't have time to interact with a trashy woman like you.
Wait. Are you referring to me?
Who else would I be talking about? Stop trying to serve men! Why don't you try living for yourself for once?
Don't be so mean. I want to become a housewife and I don't want to work.
You think like that, and try to get a man who makes money, so it makes sense why your partner would be so awful. Bye-bye! Unfortunately for you, I didn't turn out to be as low-life of a loser as you expected. You need to figure stuff on your own.
Ultimately, Ruby made desperate attempts to entice Gray, yet he outright refused her, causing her to hit rock bottom. Mocked by her former classmates for her unemployment and desperate quest for a husband, Ruby reached her breaking point. Despite Ruby's persistent pleas to reconcile with Gray, he promptly blocked her, ensuring he would never have to read another message from her. In due course, Gray tied the knot with his fiancée, hosting a magnificent ceremony that would ignite envy in many, while Ruby, naturally, was not extended an invitation. Overwhelmed with shame in the presence of her parents, Ruby embarked on a job hunt in an attempt to restore her dignity. It appears that it will take quite some time before she finds a partner for marriage.